dead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets. Mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
Well, I hate... Can you hear me?
I couldn't for a second then. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, I hate starting a live show pissed off.
Oh, I know.
It's terrible.
Apologies to everyone
Yeah.
who's waited for us to go live. We need to find a new studio because this has happened 3 times in a row now.
Yeah, it seems to be an ongoing thing. So if anybody doesn't know, you use this different sort of software like Restream and what's the other one? StreamYard. There's loads. StreamYard's the most popular, but it's not as good quality. Restream's really good, but it's not working. It's not working at all. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's forget about it now. How's things?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, read some comments because they've all been.
Yeah. We've got Jill. She says worth waiting for.
Yes, of course it is.
I'm missing some comments here as well. I seen some earlier that have disappeared.
Yeah, I know.
Jordan says they're really good at building anticipation. I'm going to need another cup of tea. That's why we do it, pal. That's why we do it.
My comments missing as well.
We've got Skilly Automatic. Oh, I'm late. Don't worry, we're late too. Davey Deathray's in the chat. He says, damn, talk about fashionably late. Holy crap, guys.
Davey, we need some advice. You're the king of live shows. We use Restream. Do you still use StreamYard? And what's your thoughts? Let us know in the chat.
We need to jump off this shit. Do my head in.
Everything all right, apart from technical issues?
Yeah, not bad. I know we spoke a little bit after it, but I finally got to see Havoc on the big screen, Jenks.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Oh, what an event it was as well. I got to meet Gareth Evans again. It was packed there, so I thought I took a few steelbooks with me for him to sign. I've already had a few signed with him.
Yeah.
And it was packed there, full sold out screening. And I thought, I'm not going to get a chance to meet him this time. He was quite small and personable last time I met him.
Yeah.
And he stood outside the front door of the cinema waiting for everyone to come out.
Oh, that's amazing.
What a guy. Loads of people just walk past him, mind. A lot of people don't care about celebrities and famous people.
Well, maybe they didn't know who he was.
Maybe. But the doors where you leave the theatre, he was just stood there waiting for people, and there was a little bit of a queue in front of us, and he took his time to talk to everyone. He's my favourite person in the world, Jenks. He is literally my favourite person in the world. And because I've met him twice now, I feel like we're friends, you know?
Maybe you are. Maybe remember you. Remembers your tash.
Like, I did say, I went, we met in Swansea, and he was just like, oh yeah, but...
no way, remember you.
Yeah. Hey, it might do.
Yeah, possibly.
But, because I've met him twice now, I feel like his films are more personable, you know?
Yeah, once you start calling him Gar now, then I'm going to call you a prick. Yeah, big Gar told me the other day that in his treehouse, we're on a chat.
But it's always been a crazy thing to me. I'd say up until maybe like 2 years ago, I'd never really met anyone until I started going to these conventions, actively looking online to see what events are on and what people are doing. And up until 2 years ago, it wasn't in my wildest dream I could meet these people. I've met so many people the last 2 years. It's insane. And it's just insane to be in the presence of these people where I love their movies so much. I've been obsessed with The Raid since it came out in 2011.
I really enjoyed The Apostle. I know it wasn't a big hit, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, Apostle's fantastic.
What was the budget in that?
I don't know. It's Netflix. They don't say the budget.
Oh, right, okay. No, they do.
Usually
they don't say how much they made, because I know that the Harvard cost like 90 million, quite expensive.
Yeah, but it doesn't show up on like generic pages how much the budget was,
Yeah.
because I think people don't talk about it because it's just going to be chucked on streaming, you know.
Yeah, and it's
But
harder to gauge profit as well, so budget is irrelevant, isn't it?
yeah, but I think Apostle looks good, so I think they
Yeah.
chucked a fair bit of money in that one. But he's toying with the idea of the Raid 3 now.
Is a
Yeah, which I'd fucking die, Jenks.
I think he would be really good at making a zombie movie. I think he's got the
He's
guts
done
of
one.
you're talking about the VHS.
No, the Raid.
Oh, shut up, but it was not even slightly horror. You give me all the shit about including Ghost and Ghostbusters. The Raid hasn't got nothing to do with horror at all.
It is. It's a horror movie without the zombies.
Without the
Every single
monsters.
is beat for beat a horror movie.
Yeah, I know I didn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend. Well, I would recommend Havoc if you really enjoy action, because it is pretty balls to the wall action. I mean, some of the scenes in it are incredible.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, I watched Until Dawn. I watched it on Sunday. Took my daughter, which was a treat, because we watch a lot of horrors in my basement, and I think we've only seen Baghead and this together in the cinema. We were meant to see Imaginary together, but she let me down because she had some plans. But she was excited about this because she's heard about it, and she's a huge fan of Cabin in the Woods, and a lot of similarities. Not a patch on Cabin in the Woods. I'm not familiar with the game, so I'm not precious about this at all. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it. It was a 3 stars. I wouldn't give it more than that. But the characters are quite memorable. They weren't too irritating, and the kills were quite good. The monsters are quite good. There's a scene in the bathroom. I won't go into it. There's a bathroom scene where they lock themselves in the bathroom, thinking that if we stay in here, we can survive until dawn. Nobody can get us in here, and something happens, and that's probably the best scene in the film. It stops it from being like a tarot, you know, that scene.
See, I'm quite looking forward to it. I've played the game. I like it very much.
Yeah.
But watching the trailer, I did get tarot vibes. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to see this one. I'm ultra busy now for the next couple of weeks, so I'm probably going to miss a few things in cinema. And to be fair, if I'm going to cinema, I kind of want to watch Warfare.
Yes, Alex Garland's new one.
Yes,
He's
So
co-directed it with somebody else. I've forgotten the guy's name.
yes, yeah. But I loved Civil War, and I love Alex Garland, bar Men. I thought Men was trash.
Men, fucking hell. That was
But
so shit.
I'm dying to see Warfare, and I can watch Until Dawn at home and enjoy it, but I feel like Warfare, like Civil War, is a film you have to watch in cinema.
Yeah.
It's like a cinema experience. So yeah, I think if I get a chance to go to cinema, it'll probably be Warfare.
So anyone who fancies this, but it'll be maybe put off thinking it's going to be a cheapy game thing, it's very good. It's perfectly fine, 90 minutes. It's not shit. And you know, it's generic, and it is trying a bit to be Cabin in the Woods. And I don't really know essentially why Cabin in the Woods is a million times better. I couldn't sort of give you any bullet points of like this is lacking this. Cabin in the Woods is just magical, and Cabin in the Woods had the guts of being a generic movie, like, but they just nailed it, and I love it. One of my
Yeah,
favorites.
I think there's a few turning points in Cabin in the Woods that make it magnificent. Now, you've got all the men in the office, the ones who are basically watching what's going on. They're the ones placing the bets. That's an aspect of the movie I love.
Yeah.
Even if that wasn't a twist that you found out while you were watching the film, I love the characters in that one. I love that they've got this board with all the monsters on it.
Yes.
And then you've got that second switch then where they break into the offices, and you know what happens there. But yeah, I think without those two aspects, it could have just been a generic horror movie. Although, you know, the rest of the film is really good. But if it didn't have that big ending.
Yeah, totally. I can read a few comments. Davies says, I still use StreamYard because they grandfathered me in and I'm still at $25 a month. Yeah, we tried StreamYard and it's, the quality isn't good enough, I don't think. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I watch other people who use StreamYard and their quality looks fine, but
Yeah.
every time I've used it, it just doesn't look good. But I have got a better camera now. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
We definitely need to try something else other than Restream because it's
We'll sort it before Sunday, fucking definitely.
well, oh no, I am here Sunday. I am.
Yeah, damn right you are. Just you
Well,
missed last week's. Oh no, we didn't.
know,
We did.
I
We did it early. We did it early.
yeah.
Yeah, we did it with Matt from Mad Blood. It just feels like we missed it. We've got Miss Bunny Girl 69. If I was stuck in a cabin in the woods, I would pick Jenks and Curtis to be stuck with. Hee hee. Yes. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah. Doesn't sound good read out. Hee hee. Does it?
No.
I should have read that bit out. Trevi McTrev is in the house. I was going Trevi. Have you all seen Death of the Unicorn? We have, and we recently reviewed it. And it was okay, perfectly fine. I think I just expected more because it had such a high, really good cast. But essentially,
and A24 as well, you know.
Yeah, essentially, it was quite the forgettable. It wasn't funny enough to be a comedy horror, and it wasn't horrifying enough to be a horror.
Yeah,
some in the middle.
I wouldn't say it's forgettable. I am going to buy it on 4K when it's released because I quite enjoyed it, but it's 3-star enjoyment. I couldn't really give it much more than that. There wasn't much for me to pull away from. Well, there was too much for me to pull away from.
Yeah.
There was too many things that niggled at me, but overall, it's a pretty enjoyable movie. I think a lot of people's expectations were high because of the cast. It's an A24 movie with a big cast, whereas they would have normally, a few years ago, done this movie with an unknown cast.
Yeah, I think I might have enjoyed it more because I would have gone on lower expectations, I think.
Yeah, like you've got, to start with, Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd.
She's like the hottest thing at the moment in Hollywood, isn't she?
Yeah. She's in everything. Her and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. So let me read a few of these. Where are we? So Gina says, don't forget to send the like button, some love, people. And Gina also says StreamYard always looks dodgy in the UK. My boyfriend used to jump onto streams and had a lot of problems, especially with the sounds and echoes.
Yeah, we really didn't get on with it. We've tried it twice.
Yeah. Skilly Automatic says Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorite top 5 movies of all time. Yeah, it's classic. Got a poster of it. Yeah,
Congrats.
That's a good news. Right. We haven't got much material today, so we would love you guys to send us some comments, some questions, anything you want, ideally about horror, but we're open to any comments, not too dodgy. But in the meantime, while you're thinking of stuff, Curtis, what's your next film you're going to watch?
So tonight there's a Korean movie. It's quite old now, early 2000s.
It's subtitled.
Well, shut your mouth. That's been on my watch list for ages. I've never got around to it, and I discovered it on the back of I Saw the Devil, which Jenks is one of my favourite movies.
Yes, it's
and
amazing.
It's called Chaser. I think it's from 2009. It's a Korean movie. Sounds fantastic, Jenks. You've got this guy who's got a ring of prostitutes, and a serial killer starts killing his women.
Right.
And this guy, this pimp, he starts hunting the serial killer then because he's killing all his women. Now, what I want to know is he hunting the serial killer because he's now losing out on money, or does he really love and care about these girls and he's like the nicest pimp in the world? It's the only reason I'm watching it, because I need to know these questions.
That sounds good.
Like, Oh, he just killed Debbie. That's losing me £200 a month.
Debbie.
Korean Debbie.
Right, we got a question in. Our first question from Davy Deathrate. Right, if you guys haven't checked out Davy Deathrate channel, it is awesome. And he, like I said, he's the king of live shows. Probably better than us because his probably doesn't have as many technical issues as us. But yeah, he's been doing it for a long time, and he is like a whiz at it, isn't he? He's so slick.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, check him out. Question: between Jason and Freddie, who do you guys want to see return to the big screen the most?
Oh, easy, Jason, all day, every day. I would choose him over most things. I'd say Evil Dead is probably the only franchise I would pick over Friday the 13th to have a return, even though, we're regularly getting Evil Dead movies now. But I have been dying for a new Friday the 13th movie since the last one came out because I didn't enjoy the remake when I first watched it. So I am dying for a new Friday the 13th.
I will disagree with you, and I would say Freddy Krueger.
But the thing is, right, Jenks, I'll say one thing, is anybody can play Jason, not anybody can play Freddy. So Robert Englund is done with Freddy, yeah? Would you want them to keep making them with a new actor?
You're right. That is a very good point. But I would say if it's a fantasy, I would want Robert Englund or somebody who did it. I'm open to replacing him. They just didn't replace him with the right guy. They assumed that the guy who plays Rorschach, I forget his name. What's his name now? Haley. What's his name? You got a triple barrel name again. I hate that. Anyway. Haley Jenkins. I don't know. Anyway, he was so awesome in Rorschach. I think in Watchmen. I think they assumed, oh yeah, he can play Freddy. And I'm like, well, no, just because he's good at Rorschach doesn't mean he can play Freddy.
To be fair, I would have cast him. If I was making a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, I would have cast him. And he's got the look, and he's a fantastic actor. Have you seen Small Children, I think it's called?
No.
He plays a paedophile. Oh my God, Jenks.
Jackie Earl Haley. I just remembered. No, I'm joking. I read in the chat.
It's either called Little Children or Small Children. It's got Patrick
Wilson.
Insidious, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes. And Kate Winslet.
Right. So let's just for fantasy, I would want Freddy back. I think the good thing about Robert Englund, because he's under so much heavy makeup, he could still pretty do it until he's about 90. Who cares?
Well, he did have a comeback for the Goldbergs, remember?
Yes. I just would like it to go back to the level of number 3. So I don't want to lose the sort of I like dark, but I think if it's Robert Englund, he's got to have a little bit of humor. I think the problem with the remake is that he was trying to have like witty lines, but he was delivered in like a sinister, just a different way, and it didn't work for me. And that's the biggest problem.
Why are you crying? I haven't cut you yet. Are we supposed to react to that line? Are we supposed to quote it?
Yeah, I know. He's trying his best to be quite comical, but it just didn't work. Little Children, Davies says, is called.
There we are. Fantastic film. Let me read a few comments. We've got Miss Bunny. Davey is also hot.
He is hot. Fair play to him.
He is.
Yeah, we're jealous.
I'll say that. Well, you can be jealous, Jenks. I'm not.
I got a man crush on.
Miss Bunny says, question, have you experienced anything paranormal? Growing up, I used to see ghosts all the time. I believe now that they were probably dreams. I do. On nightmares, I used to struggle with sleep paralysis. So
I get that.
I'd always see loads of crazy shit. I'm not saying I don't believe in ghosts. I believe there's something out there, but I just don't believe that they really show themselves.
So I had some experiences in my old house, and that's what the that was sort of like my inspiration.
14 days.
Right in my book, 14 Days, my first ever ghost book. There's a murder in my book. There's no murder in this story, but I thought I saw a woman in the kitchen. This is when we were doing up the kitchen. So there was loads of junk, and she was sitting on a chair. I shit my pants. And then while I was telling my wife about the story about the ghost, because she doesn't believe in anything, while I was saying about it, the light on, used to have a lamp on the wall, went poof, and she went, Jesus Christ, what are the odds? Still didn't believe though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was freaky as hell, but yeah, it was really creepy.
Skilly Automatic says, any question? Okay, what about Severance? I know it's not a feature film and not even horror, but it is an interesting sci-fi. Thoughts. I absolutely love Severance, but I've only seen the first season, so I am waiting for my girlfriend to catch up, because as much as I loved season 1, I don't particularly want to watch it again. I want to watch the second season because it's a slow burn and
Yeah.
it's got a lot of build up. What is it, 10 hours? I don't want to sit through 10 hours again. You know, it takes me 3 years to get back round to watching Casino, you know? I love that movie.
So for me, Severance is amazing. The first season was outstanding. The premise was just mind-blowing, because essentially you've got two consciousnesses. So you've got one in the outside world, one in the inside, in the office, and you could the one in the office could be a murderer, and the one outside could be completely exonerated of that murder, because they're two different people. And it's really fascinating. And there's a line in season 2 which blew my mind. So another ginger one, the very pretty girl, I forget her name in it. Well, anyway, she hates her outie, right? She's at war with her outie. And she says, I hate the fact that my outie dresses me every morning like a doll, and I feel violated. I come to work with these clothes I never picked. And I was like, oh my God, this is so deep, the concept, like really clever. Big fan of it. I'm not as fussed on the second season. I haven't finished it. It's a bit slow. I will finish it, but it's not gripping me as much, even though it's well made. Yeah.
My Chunky Geordie, hi Gina, says, have you guys seen Prison? And if so, what do you think of it? I'm rewatching tonight. That is the one with Viggo Mortensen in it. It's a horror movie set in a prison. That is a fantastic film. I own that on Blu-ray.
I haven't seen it. Have you heard of it?
Almost Unknown. Yeah, Prison. It's
and it's got Viggo Mortensen in it.
Yeah, it's a 90s, early 90s. It's a supernatural prison movie with Viggo Mortensen before he had a name for himself.
Yeah.
Severely underrated, that movie is. I don't know anyone that's seen that, and if anyone's seen it, you've seen it, Gina. I know you love your horrors. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. We've got Batshit. Hey up, everyone.
How's it going?
How you doing, pal? Gina. Oh, yeah. Gina asking Davey what time he's doing his stream on our stream.
Jesus.
We're live, all right?
That's like cheating on your hairdresser, that was. Oh, my God.
But I will give a shout out for Davey, because he's the man.
Yes.
Davey is live tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time with Barry from Wolfman's Got Nards doing a watch party.
We're going live tomorrow at 7 just to piss him off, though. It would matter.
Who you gonna pick, Gina?
Yeah. H2O. I might check that out.
Trevi McTrez says, if someone did a slasher mashup, would y'all take like Ash versus Crystal Lake? Oh my God, yeah, I'd love Ash
versus Jason, basically, is it? Or
yeah, I think so.
I'd love that.
Well, I've always wanted that Ash versus Jason versus Freddy.
I just want fans to make these films. And just make fuck Hollywood. Just make like 30-minute ones where they're just fan made. They're awesome. They give us what we want, and they don't have to be perfect. And Bruce Campbell will probably do that, because he's pretty low level.
Davey says, what do you think the plot of Evil Dead Burn will be? Any theories? So my initial theory when this one got announced was, and this is more of a hope than a theory, is they're going to go back to, I don't know exactly when it's set, but you know when you've got those tapes from Evil Dead Rise and you can hear the priest talking about the book? I want to know what happened there. And
that'd be pretty cool, yeah.
A part of me, that title kind of rings back to that, because I'm sure they mentioned that they tried to burn the book. Well, I mean, it's always mentioned that they try to burn the book. I think there's a few of the films where they say, like, we couldn't even burn the book. But Burn just rings back to that for me. I feel like it's going to be them discovering the book and trying to burn it. I don't know
Um,
if the whole plot is going
now
to
you
be
see,
based on them trying to burn a book,
now
but
you're saying they can't burn the book. Have they ever tried to put it in in a paper shredder? They think, oh,
yeah.
like, yeah, job done.
Do you know? Do you know how you said whenever you write a book, you always get rid of the phone as quick as you can? Well, what if Evil Dead have been doing this on the sly the whole time? So let's set it before the paper shredder was invented, and if we do a modern day one, let's have a paper shredder in the building, and somehow we get rid of it, like it falls or breaks or something. Like
Yeah.
that's what the writer's got to think about. Right, guys, we need to come up with a way to get rid of the paper shredder.
I reckon Walter White could figure out a way how to melt the book to nothing. He'd probably come up with some science in it.
Turn it into meth.
Yeah, I think smoke it, whatever. But with Evil Dead Burn, I can't wait. Like we said before last week, I really hope, because he's the director of what's it called, Infested, and he's talking about it's going to be very violent. I hope he doesn't go too like sort of Terrifier. I hope he reins it in. It doesn't need to be more violent than the last two Evil Deads for me. I think that's the level you should stay at.
No, but what he hasn't necessarily said it's going to be violent as in go. He's just said this will be an unforgiving movie. So
Isn't
it's
that the
going to
same
be
thing?
relentless. Well, not really. Like, he's not saying, like, I'm going to give you blood splatter and go. He's just saying, like, it's going to be a really nasty movie. And I take that in a different way than just being full of gore, you know. It's obviously going to be full of gore, but...
Well, in all fairness, Rise is pretty horrible. Like, they're like the teenage kid gets it. The two kids get it, actually. The only one that doesn't get it is the very young one. But the one with the swallowing the glass, she's quite young. It's quite horrible.
Spike through her mouth.
Yeah, not even Art the Clown would do that, you know?
No. Batshit says, anytime anyone mentions Severance, I picture the Danny Dyer movie.
100%. When I can't remember, we just asked about Severance, apologies, but I thought, oh, Severance, let's talk about Severance. I absolutely adore that movie. I think when people hear Danny Dyer's in it, they think, oh, what's this shit? It is the epitome of a comedy horror. It's more horror than comedy, I'd say, but they get the tone perfect.
Oh, 100%. The whole pie scene is brilliant.
Oh,
like,
no.
where the hell did you get the pie from?
Yeah. Oh, I put it in for full 25 minutes.
Yeah, they've just found a tooth in it, as if that's going to make a difference. Like,
I love it.
The other best scene in it is when he's trying to get his decapitated his head.
His severed leg in the
severed
fridge.
leg, and he's taking the sock and shoe off.
Yeah. And he goes again, and he's talking to the girl, and he goes, oh, sometimes people think I'm an idiot, but you know, and he goes, oh, I left so-and-so shoot a foot in the fucking in the bus.
Yeah.
It's going to rot in there. Yeah, it's awesome.
Gina says, my ghost pees me off. It threw something out of my brother's. It threw out of my brother's stuff last night and had Ziggy growling. My ghost. Gina says, have you seen the British horror film Severance?
Right. Yes, we have.
We
love
got
it.
to that comment late.
This, I gotta say though, this is one of the most underrated slashers ever. When we first started this channel, one of our third videos we did best slashers, and my pick was Severance.
Yeah,
and I kind of want to include it again later because nobody watched that video.
No,
let's repeat it.
We can do it. We can do a Severance video. Umbrella have just released a lovely Severance box set on Blu-ray. I bought it. It's nice to see that movie getting some love. I don't know how the sales were, mine, but
and maybe we'll get some of the people will be searching for the other Severance, isn't it?
Yeah,
and get us.
Jordan says, "Who would you cast as Freddy?" That is the hardest question I've ever been asked. I'd go for the easy one, the one people have been talking about for a long time, Kevin Bacon. He's
too famous. He'd be laughable.
Look, I I'm just saying that's the one
No,
everyone's talking about.
and I think his nose is too turned up. I think he'd be silly looking.
Yeah. I mean, he's full of prosthetics. I'm sure they can fix his nose, Jenks. No, we can't put your nose down. We can change your whole face, add burns, but your nose is no good. Like,
The thing is, I don't know. I don't know whether you have EE over in America. Maybe it's called something else. But he does the adverts over here for mobile phones for EE. Probably doesn't do it over America. They tend to jump ship and they do in different countries. But he's so part of that now that he kind of like lost his identity as an actor now. He's just in those adverts all the time.
I think he's still doing some great films. So
I wouldn't like him as Freddy. I think he's too well known. It's like having Arnold Schwarzenegger as Freddy or something. It's just too jarring.
I mean,
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
He's too nice.
It would. Oh, you need to see The Rule of Jenny Penn, and you'll change your opinion. Have you, or even Blowout? Have you seen Blowout?
He's been a villain loads of times. I've seen him loads of times.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would like to see a list of possibilities for me to pick my favourites, because off the top of my head now, I can't think of anybody.
Well, it would have to be an unknown actor.
Somebody creepy. Somebody like a pedo-y. Yeah.
I mean, they can fix that too.
Yeah.
That's John Moran with the hard questions there.
I know. Fair play.
Gina says we both just have batshit. We've got Jordan. The Danny Day Severance is great. I remember howling laughing at the cinema. Yeah, it's such a good film.
Isn't it sad that we have to say the Danny Day Severance, because the other Severance is so popular and Danny Day's one is not popular? It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Palf says Severance is a fantastic movie. Now we need to watch it again. No, you need to watch the Severance series. That's what you need to watch.
Yeah, I love. I tell you what, Severance, the Danny Day is pretty flawless. I couldn't fault it, and that's rare.
Who says I can confess that zombies do exist? You just have to walk around my UK town on a Saturday night.
A Saturday night, and Saturday day, you mean?
down Station Road.
Yeah, it's grim.
Ben says, I agree how Kurt is one of them after a few. Well, I've got a drunk nickname, so whenever I have a drink, I get called Soup. So my group of friends, every time I have a drink, they just start calling me Soup, because I literally turn to soup. And I become an absolute degenerate.
Yeah, totally.
Batshit said, zombies do exist, yeah. Seeing all the spice heads in Leeds Centre proves that.
Yeah, I saw a spice head, my first one, in Cardiff before, and it was a normal guy walking with a carrier bag, and the carrier bag was like flat, as if he'd bought something recently. It wasn't like an old one, and he just stopped in the middle of the road and just bent down, and he was there for about 30 seconds, and everyone's looking, and he got back up and walked. And my mate said, "Yeah, that's a spice head." I was like, "My God, that's mental."
I thought he was going to say his name, man. Oh yeah, that's Dave.
No. Yeah, it's freaky. The proper zombie drug.
Eli says, "What's up, Jenks and Curtis and all you mighty twisted knights? What's happening, Eli? How you doing, pal?"
Eli? Hey, isn't he chuffed that we've coined the Twisted Knights? How good is that?
Yes.
All from Eli.
Eli came up with the Twisted Knights, and now we've copyrighted it. I'm sorry, pal.
Yeah.
This is the last time we give you credit for that.
Yeah, we just couldn't think of anything better. So we were like that. We'll have the Twisted Knights.
Davies says, I'm kind of right there with you, Kurt. I want to see Byrne take it back to the witch hunt colonial days here in America. The book can be used to explain why these girls are accused of being witches. Yes, I'd love for them to go proper back in time. I know we've got Army of Darkness, the set in the medieval times, but wouldn't it be great to see a fully fledged horror movie set in the medieval times with a book? Oh.
Do you think they could still invent the robot hand back then?
But not even medieval times, like Victorian times, you know?
Yeah,
I'd love to see them go back, because for me now, we've stepped away from the cabin. We've obviously got Evil Dead Rise. And apartment blocks are kind of a staple of horror movies, aren't they? Loads
Horror
of sequels have
sequels.
gone there.
Yeah.
Loads of sequels have gone there, and I feel like it's a place Evil Dead had to go at some point. So I don't really know what else they can take. I'd
Hang on.
love to go back in time.
Have you forgotten about space? Yeah. The worst thing. The worst thing is if they do Evil Dead Space, right? We'd still watch it. Even though we'd be outraged, you'd be like,
be first in line.
I'd be queuing up like those idiots for Phantom Menace. 8 weeks in the queue.
Yeah.
Shoot Nash into space with Katy Perry. She'd be like, who the fuck are you?
We've got a call out from Batshit member for 5 months.
Yes!
That's crazy.
Oh my god, 5 months we'd be monetized. That's mental.
Thank you so much, pal.
Yeah.
I know you're one of the first people to jump in.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we appreciate you sticking with us, pal. It means the absolute world to us.
It does.
And it still only feels like a couple of weeks ago we started this podcast.
Yeah.
And we've got members like yourself who have been with us now for 5 months.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And that's a good segue into if anybody wants to join, it's only 99 cents. And that's it. We haven't got multiple tiers. We did have before, but we thought 1 tier and we're going to put everything into it. And we're going to be starting doing exclusive live shows really soon when we sort this stupid fucking restream out.
Davies says, hey everyone, make sure you hit that like button and show our guys Kurt and Jenks some love. Thank you so much, Davey. You're a legend, pal.
Yeah.
Who says Dog Soldiers is a really great movie. Yeah, do you know, I loved this one when I was a kid, and I don't hate it now, but I don't think it's aged very well, Jenks.
I watched it the other day. I had to stick it. I've never liked it. I thought it was. I forgive it because it was his first big film, and after that he made The Descent, which is one of the best horror films ever. But it was trying to be too American for me. Like there was a line at the end where he blows up the werewolf and he goes, "They think it's all over. It is now." And he blows him up. I'm like, oh God, that's a long one line. Even Schwarzeneggers have shot in that. And I just like, look, there's nothing wrong with American cheesy films. I love them, but British films are British films. Keep them the same, isn't it?
Yes. John says a British horror tier ranking would be magic. Why haven't we thought of that, Jenks?
Yeah, because it's probably they're all shit. There's only 5.
I'm sure, Jenks, I'm sure you can find a British movie that isn't a horror movie to include in the list. I'm sure you can muster up that.
Like The Raid, you know, yeah.
Gina says, I haven't included The Raid, boy. Gina says, I've met Neil Marshall, who he went to school with my brother and used to watch horror films at mine and get hustled by 10-year-old me playing cards. That's awesome. I know you've mentioned before that you know Neil.
So
what a claim to fame.
For me, Neil Marshall, movie-wise, he hasn't done anything that I really love since The Descent. He's done some great Game of Thrones, some of the best episodes with him. So he's still working, but I never liked that one where he was set in Scotland. What was it called?
Doomsday.
Oh, it's crap.
Yeah. Batshit says, Freddie on the mobile, shit, ran out of data. Can't get the little shits for access to their TikTok. It would be though, wouldn't it? If we had like a modern age Freddy Krueger, he would absolutely be on TikTok.
Yeah.
John says Walton Goggins is too famous now and he'd be my choice. Oh, that's a great show.
Oh, that's a cracking, especially since he's been the Red Man, the Ghoul.
The Ghoul.
Ghoul. That makeup, I'm guessing it's half CGI, half makeup. Is it?
Only his nose is CGI.
Only his nose, like they did with
Voldemort. He's got a green screen on his nose and that's it.
That's what I need on my nose. A permanent green screen.
Just to take it back a few inches.
Yeah, I know.
Miss Bunny says, question, favourite snack to munch on during a movie? Miss Bunny, perhaps?
Everything's an innuendo, Miss Bunny.
I read that wrong, Miss Bunny, perhaps.
Favourite snack, right. For me, I've never, this is going to amaze you, Kurt, right? Are you ready for this? You're sitting down. Are you ready for this? I have never bought popcorn in the cinema.
Only time I've bought popcorn is because my daughter's asked for it.
I-
I've never myself personally. I won't eat watching a movie. I hate it. I never take snacks to the cinema with me, and I'm not even at home. I don't eat anything at home.
So I'm a chocolate man. So I chocolate man.
Yeah, I know you are, and you love throwing your chocolate bars as well.
And I am a bag of minstrels man and a cup of coffee. I'm quite boring. But
Oh, loud minstrels.
no. Curtis. I eat them long before the film starts, right? They're gone, right? They are fucking gone. No, they should ban popcorn from the cinema because that takes ages to eat. And I know it's essentially a cinema item, but no, get rid of them.
Yeah. Davies says, have you guys seen the latest trailer for Weapons? And if so, what do you think? The marketing is giving me long legs kind of vibes with a mystery mood. Mate,
Yeah.
I've been saying the exact same thing since the start of the teasers. So we've got these really ominous clips to set the movie up. I've seen newspaper articles online from the town talking about the girls, not the girls, the children that were missing. And I've kind of been on board with it, just like I was with Longlegs on this build-up, getting more and more excited.
Yeah.
And they dropped that trailer yesterday, and it has blown my mind.
Yeah.
It's one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I watched it yesterday as well, and I didn't know much about it. I saw the teaser. I thought, this looks intriguing. Then I didn't even realize that Josh Brolin was in it and Judy Garner. I absolutely love them both. Judy Garner is amazing. She's the best thing in Ozark. Not her fault with Wolfman. It's just a weak film.
No.
But the only thing I didn't like about the Weapons trailer, if I'm being totally honest, is
Oh, you goes.
no, you'll agree with me. You'll agree with me. It looks great, but when they see the classroom in the dark and you see the ghost kid, yeah, right at the end,
Yeah.
and it smiles the guy, and I just thought, I've seen a lot of smiling kids now, ghosts, and it's kind of played out a little bit like the cracking bones in Possession films. The smiling, demented ghost. I'm done. So I hope it's not.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sick. You've always got something negative to say, Jenks. You can't just say nice things. You've always got to go but. There's always a but.
Nothing wrong with that.
There is.
This is what we do as a horror channel. You got to be, can't all be great.
But there's all you have negatives on 5-star movies. You're like, well, it was 5 stars, but.
Well, that's what reviews are meant to. You got to be subjective, innit,
No one was asking you to review the trailer, Jenks. Just asking you.
Right, I bet you any money if you watched the trailer and some kid went like that, you'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, not another clicky bone monster.
Eli says, Shaun of the Dead is the best movie the UK has made. Yes, I am repping Shaun of the Dead today.
This is, I agree. It's probably one of the best movie, full stop, not just horror.
Yeah. I think The Descent and Shaun of the Dead are absolutely up there.
Yeah, I think for me, gun to my head in this moment, The Descent is the best horror film come out of Britain. Now, if somebody threw out some others I might have forgotten about, possibly I might change my mind. But Shaun of the Dead is the most perfect Tarantino level horror film comedy we've ever had.
Yeah, 100%. Batshit says, popcorn gets on my tits. Spend more time getting it out of your teeth. Anything that isn't noisy is the way to go.
Yeah.
I can't believe they haven't come up with popcorn yet that doesn't have kernels in it. It does my head in. Do you know, you're eating popcorn, right? And you spend 20 minutes doing this, trying to get it out of your throat because you always get those kernels stuck in your throat.
So I went to see with a friend to see It double bill. So it was the first It, and then at 12 o'clock midnight it was the second one going into the opening night. So I went with a friend and he bought a hot dog with a giant drink and pop for the first one, and then he went to get exactly the same man for part 2. I was like, what are you doing? Well, second film. I'm like, as if he has like a lunch and a supper. I know, Kurt, just before you move on, I know somebody, a friend of mine's friend, who brings in a cooked dinner every single cinema and a table to go on his lap. Not like a camping table, like a fold-up thing, with a knife and fork and everything.
No,
I shit
I
you
can't
not.
handle that. I
Hot
cannot
potatoes.
handle that. I'd walk out. I'd
And
be
he's
gone.
he's got a blender. He makes like a margarita.
No chance. Just picturing that now. Someone eating a full dinner in cinema.
Yeah.
You
know.
can wait 2 hours. Put some cling film on it, right? Put it in your fridge.
But this is the thing. It's not that he just does it when it's dinner time. He does it all the time, apparently. That's his thing. That's like his comfort food when he watches a film. That's his popcorn, essentially. Idiot.
Palf says, Jenks always throwing shit. Always. He's such a negative
that's
person.
my thing.
John says, cinema food is designed to piss you off. They should only sell juice and Asian delight. Silent foods.
So I'm guessing, is John British? Are you British? Do you know?
Scottish.
Scottish. Apologies.
Yeah.
So for the Americans, Angel Delight is this powdered thing. You add milk to a water and it becomes like a mousse, more like a soup, like a flavored soup, but it's a pudding, like pink. That's brilliant.
Imagine ordering Angel Delight in the cinema. Cheesy nachos and chilies. No, loudest thing ever.
Yeah, they are loud, actually. You're right, because they're crunching, but they shouldn't allow
And you've
crisps.
got the big plastic container.
But yeah, I go back. If I buy minstrels, there's bugger all in the bag. They're gone. Bump.
Right. Let's have a look. What have we got?
Any more questions?
Miss Bunny says, that is so interesting. I'm a sucker for a soda and gummy bears. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of sweets.
We've got a lot of chit chat in here. Let me have a, doesn't it?
I love it.
I have to get this one up. Batshit says, Darren over at TSL doesn't like Shaun of the Dead. He's just a wrong on his knee. That's shocking.
And you know what? We know Darren, and I did not know this about him.
No.
Oh my God. The next time I speak to him, I'm going to give him such a mouthful. No, genuine. Oh, do you know what? I mentioned to him that you and I were going to see Simon Pegg, and he's not a fan of Simon Pegg. So I think maybe he just hates the whole aspect of the trilogy and Simon Pegg. Yes, I remember that.
Maybe then.
Yeah. Oh, that's ridiculous, Sean. Look, you got to look past if you don't like somebody in it. You know, although if Amber Heard was in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I know.
She's in Zombieland, though, oddly enough.
Not enough, though. My Chunky Geordie says Doghouse.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not very good.
It was, right, do you remember, Kurt? It was when we did a video for worst zombie movies, you picked Doghouse.
I did, I remember.
Yeah, essentially, though, I do remember you saying that I was struggling to think of anything, so you just picked Doghouse. It's pretty crap.
The Palf says, I'd be at cinema all the time if they served Angel Delight. Of course you like Angel Delight.
Like a massive container, like automatic stirring, like a nacho machine. Angel Delight, please.
Do you know, I was laughing the other day, right? I went downstairs and my girlfriend was in the kitchen and she went, oh, don't come in, I'm eating something horrible because I'm a fussy eater, right? So I was like, it can't be that bad, whatever. And so I went into the living room and she came in. I was like, what the hell are you eating in there for you to tell me I can't come in? Fucking
my
pickles
house
and mustard. Wait there. I went, I got in there, pickles and mustard. And she was actually eating pickles and mustard.
I think she did it just to piss you off.
Yeah, but in my head, right, I conjured up. I was like, what the hell were you eating in there? And then I conjured up the worst thing I could think of. And that's exactly what she was eating.
Maybe subconsciously you said that before. So, how could people eat pickles and mustard? She thought, I fancy that now. You got me thinking.
Yeah, possibly. Batshit says, I went to Every Man in Leeds. Do you want a pizza to have on your soda?
Sofa.
On the sofa while the film is on. No, me and my cousin took in a full bottle of JD and finished it before Joker ended.
So
class.
in the Bridgend, near where we live, they've got these recliners, and I think they got tables, they got separations like like a deluxe. I could never, and I think they serve all sorts of food as well. But for me, I'd hate the cinema to be too comfy because you might fall asleep.
No, I loved it. I watched The Flash there, and the film was shit, but I loved it because you got the recliner, you can kind of relax a bit more. I've been to Everyman once, and my problem with Everyman is that it costs more money because you're watching a film in comfort.
Yeah.
You're literally sitting on a couch. But when I first sat down, I was like, "Oh, this is nice. This is comfy." And bear in mind, I'm not gonna take advantage of the table service because I don't drink and I don't eat while I'm watching a film.
Yeah.
Once the film starts, it doesn't matter where you're sitting. Everything around you goes away and you're focused on the movie. So as soon as the movie started, I forgot I was sitting on a couch and I've just paid like 30 quid for a cinema ticket.
That's a lot of money.
Well, it's more like 20, but
So I'm not allowed to lie down watching films with my wife because I fall asleep instantly, even if it's an awesome film. So once I sort of slowly go down, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna fall asleep?" No, I'm not. And I get nastier. No, I'm not. And then she wakes me up, and I'm even nastier. Then
I'm the exact same. Dawn says, "Oh, we've got Dawn." I was just saying that casually, as if Dawn's been here the whole time.
Brilliant.
Dawn is keeping up to her old tricks, being late again.
Dawn, shoot us a question. You've got some great questions for us. Anything horror related.
Hey, and congratulations on the Liverpool win. I know you're a Liverpool supporter, so congratulations. Where we go? Davies says someone needs. I almost said the hee again. Hee.
Yeah. From now on, no hee.
You have to do this.
Yeah,
you have to do that.
And because it's a girl,
someone needs to.
A girl message as well. You almost have to do a girly fight.
Allegedly. Someone needs to show Darren how to unstuff that shirt and have some damn fun.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, I'm appalled. I cannot believe it. And he's British as well. I mean, come on. Fair enough if Frank didn't like it because he's American. He's got plenty to choose from, and we got slim pickings over here.
Yeah, Sean's our best movie.
No.
Gina says, if I could do cinema, I'd be with Chinese food.
Yeah. Never. Little tip for you: never drink alcohol in the cinema, especially beer, because you'd be pissing all the time.
I don't drink anything a couple of hours before I go to cinema.
It's murder.
I don't take any chances. Yeah. Bunny says, I agree. I do not like reclining seats. I like to sit straight up for some reason. Yeah, I mean, any sort of comfort, there's more chance of you falling asleep in it.
I thought Miss Bunny Girl would definitely do some sort of innuendo with reclining seats.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
She's like, hey, shit.
Do you know that the event I'm going to in Worcester, the weird Worcester, it's got all the Italians.
Yeah.
Lamberto Bava, and that's going. Have a guess who they announced last night, Jenks? I lost my shit.
Who?
Fred Williamson.
Oh, really? Is he still alive?
Do you know, right? I lost my shit, right? Because obviously I love From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. And soon as I finished work that day, I chucked on From Dusk Till Dawn, watched it again last night. I've seen it too many times. Probably 5 times in the last year and a half, 2 years. And soon as I get a little bit of something in my head from Dusk Till Dawn, if I hear like a sound or something that like reminds me of that movie, I'll jump on it. So yeah, I'm gonna meet Fred Williamson if he doesn't pull out.
So
one.
I've been watching, like I mentioned to you before, I've been watching that Robert Rodriguez interview, Joe Rogan.
You really struggle saying Robert Rodriguez.
It's a lot of words, yeah. Robert Rodriguez. Anyway. He's on. It's a brilliant. If you're into filmmaking, everybody needs to watch it. And he's very inspiring. But it tickled me because Tarantino had written the script for Dusk Till Dawn, and nobody would have touched it because, 2 films in one didn't make any sense. And he said once he was famous, and they're like, oh, 2 films in one. That sounds awesome. Complete 180.
People said the same thing about the script for Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Lots of people were like, we don't understand this. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, but he said about 4 rooms. 4 rooms, that's crap. And Tarantino becomes famous. Oh, 4 rooms, four times the fun.
Yeah. 4 times the fun.
Yeah. That's a really good interview. Have you seen it yet?
No, because I've watched the Dax Shepard one, and he says the exact same things.
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it, because he's saying the same things.
Yeah, literally word for word, it's the same stuff. Bless
But
him. That's a 4-hour interview, and he's got to do that again.
what's he promoting?
Nothing.
Nothing
He's
at
got
all.
nothing coming up. Yeah, nothing
All
coming up.
right. Oh, I'm surprised. There was something in the pipeline.
Yeah, yeah. Other than the movie that's going to be released in 100 years, nothing.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he did that film with
Yeah.
John Malkovich.
Yes. That's weird, isn't it? That's bonkers. I mean, I love the idea, but
Yeah. Why not,
yeah.
innit?
Shall we read a few more questions? Do you want me to read a few for you? Do you want a break?
No, I don't mind doing it. Trevi says, "Oh, The Wicker Man is British horror." It is, even
Yeah.
though Nick Cage is in the remake.
The bees.
I quite like that film just because of how ridiculous it is.
Hey, have you? I fancied The Surfer.
The Surfer.
Yeah,
Yes, I do
Nicolas
too.
Cage film.
Yeah. I know.
Anything he does recently is awesome. I
Do you
just
know?
jump on anything.
There's a film, right? I'll send you the clip after the live, right? He's done this new film and someone's took a snippet of it and he plays some sort of blind man in it and he's got this like raspy voice.
Yeah.
Jenks, you have to see how ridiculous he sounds in this movie. It is insane. Now, this is the most Nick Cage he's ever been.
Yeah.
It looks ridiculous. I feel like he's been on such a roll. I don't know why he's doing roles like this now.
Yeah, he's doing it. He does so many films. I think he's in a lot of debt, and I think he just works his ass off.
Miss Bunny says, Jenks, I was going to say I prefer stirrups for a medical examination table at the movie.
See,
I mean,
my
you've
my
said
fault.
it now.
My fault now, if I hadn't said anything.
Dawn says, oh, thanks. If you could be any character in any horror film for 24 hours, who would you pick and why? Would you also change the outcome of the film whilst playing the character? Dawn, where the hell do you get these great questions from?
Oh, right. I mean, let me just think. Any character. I would say Ash, but he's got no hand. I don't want to lose my hand.
He's got no hand. Well, you could be Ash from Evil Dead 1, although that's the nastiest movie.
Yeah, maybe I'd be like Robot Jason, just fucking.
Robot Jason.
I think I'd be a villain and just kill people for an hour, for 24 hours.
Yeah, I don't fancy being stuck in a horror movie. Like,
I think I'd be Freddy actually. Just fucking people up in their dreams. Maybe not killing them, just torturing them. You know, just ruining people's lives for 24 hours.
That's the worst answer you could have given, Freddy Krueger.
Well, I still look like me.
No, I'm on about what he does to kids.
No, he's not. Well, he's killing kids. We're not talking about the pedo one. Come on. We know it's Freddy we're talking about. The funny one who kills people.
The funny one who kills
the one that kills teens. They're all old as fuck.
The one that says, well, it ain't Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. I gotta come up with one line as well. I'm talking about whether it ain't don't matter.
They thought it was the final one. No, they thought it was over. It is now. You thought that was a terrible quote. Soon as you're Fred, you're like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I'm bloody stuck on that one.
Well, I got Freddy. I've done it. It's Freddy.
Disgusting.
Only thing is, only 24 hours. I got to wait forever to go to bed. I'll be waiting around. Oh, Jesus Christ. Didn't think it through.
I'd pick Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead, specifically the first episode. If you know, you know. Fans will know.
Yeah, but your hand doesn't grow back after 24 hours.
No, but he's got a really solid oak hand in it. I think it's quite sturdy.
Is it like Chubbs from Happy
It's better
Gilmore?
than Chubbs is. Like, it wouldn't get crushed under a car. Cracking question, Don. Batshit says, I watched the Rob Zombie one. He talks some shit about the Halloween movies, trying to justify the unjustifiable.
Yeah. He came across in that as a sympathetic character that he'd been shit on. Look, I don't like those movies. I don't really like him as a director, but the guy's out there making movies, and he's doing more than most people. Most people are just lazy fuckers.
Yeah.
At least he's doing it,
Yeah. Jordan says, fans of Happy Birthday to Me, thoughts on the film? Well, I know one thing, it's got one of the best posters of all time.
It's a new film.
No, 80s movie. 80s slasher.
You
I
haven't
love
seen
that
it?
film, Jod. It's
You've seen it?
fantastic. I own it on Blu-ray. But the cover, right,
Doesn't mean
is
you've
a
seen
guy
it.
is a guy screaming while he's having, I'd say, a shish kebab. It's like, like a stick with loads of meats and like pickles and stuff on there.
Oh, yes, I've seen that
One
cover.
of those
Yeah,
being
I've seen
rammed down
that.
his throat.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere, right, along the lines of that production, designed the post and they went, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I've
It's
seen that. It
fantastic.
reminds me of Microwave Massacre. Similar artwork. The
No,
artwork.
it's not.
I'm sure it's similar. Oh, either way.
No, this one's more hyper-realistic, man.
I have seen the cover pop up on my feed, and I thought, oh yeah, I love these sort of covers. They're so brutal.
It's I need to revisit it. I bought it on Blu-ray maybe 10 years ago, and I haven't watched it since, so I'm a bit shady, but yeah, cracking film, Jod.
Yeah.
Cracking film. Let's have a look. Dawn says, I haven't watched Renfield yet. Is it worth a watch?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
It's good.
It's a very solid movie. I haven't thought about it much since I watched it. Nick Cage plays a relatively good.
He's quite scary, I think.
Dracula.
He's very nasty. He's not like Charm. Not Charm. He's quite horrible and mean and cruel.
Yeah.
It is
My only
Renfield
problem. Too much CGI blood, Jenks. Way too much.
It's like a John Wick Dracula film. So when you got Renfield, he's got superpowers and he's fucking people up. There's one scene where I'm sure is it Renfield or Dracula that pulls off the guy's face. It's horrible, and the guy's screaming with no face. Shit, the guy, I hate it. The scalping and skin and peeling skin off is the worst.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, I'll be reading some more.
Did someone say happy birthday to Dawn? When
yeah,
when did Dawn say it was her birthday?
Yesterday.
There we are.
Yesterday. Happy birthday, Dawn.
Well, happy birthday for yesterday, Dawn. I hope you had a lovely day.
I won't ask you how old you are because it's rude to ask you, but I hope you had a lovely day.
Yes. We got any more questions, guys? Give us some good questions. I haven't got much to say to you today, gents, to be honest.
Eli says Microwave Massacre was quite shit, but killer cover art, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I love the cover art for that.
Didn't we do that in a video? Didn't you
mentioned
pick that?
Yeah.
Oh no, we were talking about
Best
a year.
and worst.
Yeah,
Best and worst.
I couldn't remember if we did a proper video.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can wrap it up. Actually, we've been talking for over an hour. So guys, I love doing these. It's so much fun because there's no prep involved.
Yeah, it's just easy.
And do you know what? We wouldn't do them if it wasn't for there's such a lack of fucking films. It's been shit, I think, this year as for horror.
Yeah, it has.
Really shit. Last year was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So in August, in the UK anyway, we're going to be getting Bring Her Back and Weapons. And there's also
and 28 days
Anaconda
later.
movie,
Oh no, that's
28 years later. July.
July.
I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a new Killer Anaconda movie coming out, and it's not the one with Paul Rudd and Jack Black.
All right, different one.
It's got a really cool name, but I love snake movies. I love anything like that, killer crocodiles, snakes, any sort of animal killer movies. So I'll always look forward to that one.
Yeah.
2 seconds. We've got a question here of Davey. Davey asks, are you guys excited for Clown in a Cornfield? Yes, I can't wait, pal. This one looks right up my street. I know a lot of people are saying it's trying to cash in on the Terrifier trend. Maybe it is a little bit, but it is based on existing books. So it's not like they've tried to clamor together a story quick. And I know the books are quite deep and satirical, if that's the word.
Satirical.
So it's a lot more than just a run-of-the-mill violent horror movie. I can't wait. It's got one of the best titles ever, Clown in a Cornfield. Yeah. Soon as I heard they were making this one, I was so intrigued by the story. And there's 3 novels, Jenks. There's 3 of them. So if it's a hit...
Yeah, I might catch it.
Oh, I might catch it. I'm too cool to watch Clown in a Cornfield.
Right.
I might catch it.
Before we go, I wanna do a little plug. On Monday, my latest novel came out, Great Decay, zombie novel. I don't like pushing things on this channel because essentially we started this channel. Well, I wanted to do this channel to sort of push my stuff, but I didn't feel like it's right. But seeing as it's come out on Monday, and it's doing okay at the moment. If you want, it's about, it's a bit like World War Z / Stand By Me, about a world where zombies took over the world years ago and they essentially killed them off. And look, most of these cities are just got old walls where they used to keep the dead out. And these kids find the last ever zombie in a coal mine, and they see it as a friend because it's pretty much trapped. It's very rotten, very decayed, and then something happens and all hell breaks loose. But this is one of my favorite ones I've written. If anyone's interested in buying it, it's only $1.99 at the moment. And there's links in the description. But yeah, that's my plug over. Apologies. Don't like plugging.
Awesome.
Feels
Don't
dirty.
Let me read a couple more here, Jenks, because we got some really good comments. Bear with me. Gina says, my top 3 favourite of all time are Halloween, The Burning, and Pieces. What are yours? Pieces is fantastic. I love the other two, obviously, but Pieces is great. I rewatched that one a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely fantastic film. What, top 3 favourite slashers, Gina? That's a tough one because slash is my favourite genre. Halloween would have to be in there. Friday the 13th Part 4. And I'd have to go. Can I pick a giallo? If I had to pick a giallo, if I could put that in there, I'd probably say Tenebre. That's one of my favourite slasher / giallo movies. Jenks, we've gone up to 17 here. We can push this one out a little bit, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, if we can keep it going a bit longer, that's fine. Don says, Adam Caesar, his books have been on my top buy list. The Clown Friendo, Running Away. Yes, I'm going to read those books soon. We got Jamie Hart, Dan missed it all. We are going to go for a little bit longer, yes. Jamie. So you're in luck. You come at the right time.
Give us a question, a horror-related question, anything you want.
Awesome. Gina has gifted 5 memberships.
Oh Gina, God. You're a star.
Thank you so much.
Absolute star.
Amazing. So we've got Davey Deathray is now a member. We've got Frank from TSL is now a member. Ellie Halliday, welcome. Trevi McTrev. And we've got Brandon Collins.
Awesome.
Welcome to the Twisted Nights. If you want to stay past your gifted membership, that'd be great. But
yeah, we got plenty of content now as well because it's all in one place. And yeah, we're going to be doing live shows very soon on exclusive ones. So yeah, watch the space. Finally. Good night, daddies.
Oh my God. Bloody hell. Batshit Scare says, forget Renfield, go watch Dracula, dead and loving it. Now, it's a shit film, but that's got so much charm only because Leslie Nielsen's in there, and I just love that guy. Yeah. I love his screen presence.
I can't wait for the new Naked Gun. It's meant to be brilliant. It's meant to be so unwoke, apparently. There's a trailer that's 5 minutes long that people from CinemaCon saw. And it's made, yeah, it's made by Seth MacFarlane, or produced it. And it's apparently the trailer is very much like, look, showing everybody this is unwoke. This is comedy at its best. Same director as Popstar, Never Stopping, which is one of the best copies. Yeah,
Lonely Island, innit?
Oh my God, it's so underrated. Oh, I'm gutted about that.
Davey Dread, welcome Davey. Hey guys, what are some of your favorite horror film soundtracks? Anything that John Carpenter has put his hands on, and I'd say his best soundtrack as a movie overall. His best sound is Halloween, but some of his best work, it's a tough one. Christine's great.
So are you talking about themes, or are you talking about actual soundtracks like Lost Boys? So for me, if it's a soundtrack like that, Lost Boys and Lost Boys and Donnie Darko, my 2 favorite soundtracks, song-wise. but composers and things like that. Big fan of Danny Elfman. Love all that gothic stuff.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have anything John Carpenter's done, and if I had to pick a soundtrack, it'd be From Dusk Till Dawn all day.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
Such
Lost
a
Boys
good
is special.
soundtrack.
Lost Boys is special. I would, that's one of the best. Every beat, every song in that's amazing.
Palf says, "Can't wait to read your new book, Jenks. I'll buy it now."
Thank you. Yes, it's for till Friday. It's $1.99, $2.99 in America.
Awesome. Another one for you, Jenks.
Get in there. Jenks is an amazing author. Thank you. Yes, I am.
Thank you so much for this question, John. I have my list, and it's Suspiria, Opera, Teneba, Deep Red, Four Flies, Crystal Plumage, and
Is either off the top of your head?
yeah,
That's good going.
yeah, and Cat O' Nine Tails, and the rest of them are a bit shady. Deep Red. Have I missed anything? But yeah, I'd say my top three are Suspiria, Opera, Teneba. They're his best three films by a long shot, I think. Easily. Dario Argento is, I'd put my top three favourite directors of all time. I absolutely love the guy. Fascinating director. He comes from an art... His mother was a photographer and a fashion artist, and you can tell he grew up around that stuff because his films are just seething with artisticness. It's crazy. Yeah, top question, John. I know you can't answer that one, Jenks.
No, I haven't seen any of those films.
Oh my God, I forgot one of his best ones. Phenomena, Creepers, whatever you want to call it.
I've seen Creepers.
In fourth. I love that movie. Donna Pleasant's in it as well. It's got a great soundtrack. That, if anyone has seen Phenomena, right, it's got an opening scene where there's a girl running through a field and she comes to this house, and it's a really creepy house, and it's got chains on the wall, and you can see someone's escaped from the chains. There is a song playing, right, on that opening scene, and it gives me goosebumps every single time I listen to it.
A very young Jennifer Connelly.
Yes, very young.
Yeah.
Another person, Goblin. Any soundtracks Goblin have done for any of the Italian movies, top tier. Nice one for that one, John. I enjoyed that question. Palf says Suspiria and Opera for me. Yeah, I was late to Opera because as much as I love Dario Argento, I thought it was going to be like a Phantom of the Opera type movie, and as much as I loved him, I didn't quite fancy it. Yeah. I probably watched it for the first time less than 3 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. It went right up to the top of my pile for Dario. Oh my God. Look at this, Jenks.
Oh my God, awesome.
We've got too many to add to our
I know, I got updated now.
Thank you so much, pal. Same as Gina. You're an absolute legend.
Yes, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely amazing. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. That's 10 members in one stream. Amazing. Guys, you're flipping awesome, genuinely.
Really appreciate it.
I can't thank you enough. Eli says Deep Red is Argento gold. It is, and Deep Red is fantastic. If it belonged to any of a director, it'd be top of the pile.
Yeah.
But the ones I've mentioned, I'd probably put Deep Red maybe 5th or 6th place. I just love the other ones a little bit more. But Deep Red's amazing.
So Jamie Hart says, what's your favourite David Lynch film, R.I.P.? So I've only ever seen Blue Velvet, and that's brilliant. Now, it's not quite horror, but it's pretty awesome. I never watched Twin Peaks. I think I was a bit young when it came out, and it was a bit complicated. I think I wasn't ready for that kind of complexity. Yeah. But I remember seeing the trailer for the film Fire Walk With Me, and it looked creepy as fuck, like really creepy. There was a scene where there was a man in the corner of the room, and he was creeping towards it. And I was like, proper like nightmare fuel. I've never seen Mulholland Drive either. That's meant to be brilliant.
Are you ready for this, guys? I have never seen a David Lynch movie or project.
I think I've never heard of him, man.
No, as if.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen a David Lynch movie. I suppose I don't think any of his movies have really appealed to me. Not to the point where I've gone, I want to watch that, but I do kind of want to watch Mulholland Drive and Lost Highway. Lost Highway's his.
I would recommend Blue Velvet because of Dennis Hopper's horror performance. He's so horrifying. He's so disgusting. It's the best thing he's ever done. He is so sadistic. He's a proper villain.
If you can get me to watch Hellraiser Bloodlines, which I did watch, Jenks, after our live, I give it 2.5 stars. Yeah. I did enjoy it, but corny as hell.
Yeah, but it does feel like a Hellraiser movie. That's that's what I meant. Just the last proper one.
Yeah, of course. Palf says, forgot about Deep Red. That is a bloody fantastic movie. Yeah,
so Jamie Hart says, Donnie Darko's soundtrack is awesome. Oh my God. Do you know what? Like, that got me into Tears for Fears. Like, I was very aware of them, but that song, I've forgotten the song now, Tears for Fears, but it's the opening song. Ding, ding, ding. I got a mental block now what it's called, but it is amazing. And pretty much
Head Over Heels.
Head Over Heels. That film, I know it's not horror. It's got a horror tone. I think the Bunny Man, Frank the Bunny, is definitely a good horror character. You could totally go as him in a fancy dress or a horror con. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Davies says, great answer. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for a great question, pal. Thank you. Jesus Christ, Gina. Gina gifted 20 memberships. I don't think there's 20 people here. Bloody hell.
That's amazing. Wow. It's Christmas.
I know.
That's amazing.
Oh, you've got a lot of work to do, Jenks. Gina, you are absolutely far too kind, honestly. That's insane. 20 memberships.
Yeah, that is insane. That's amazing.
Oh my God. That's all I can say is thank you guys. Honestly, the support we get every time we go live. We started this channel less than 2 years ago. Just over a year.
Yeah, a year and a bit. Not even a year and a half. We started last January.
And it's crazy. And at one point we were both like, is it worth it to keep going? Because you've just got to keep trucking forward, in you.
Yeah.
There's so many ups and downs with YouTube. It's insane.
So we just essentially last year had all ups. It was amazing. And this year's been rocky. And I don't know if it's an algorithm thing, but we had a guts full. We weren't ready to throw in the towel, but we like, this is the part where everybody talks about, you got to keep pushing. And it feels, and you know, when we do these lives, we're like, oh, this is why we do it, because we enjoy it. We love talking about horror. Thing is, I swear to God, right, apart from we got technical issues, when Curtis and I are chatting before we go live, we are just talking exactly the same shit about films. And sometimes, if we're talking about a film too much, we go, stop, let's save it.
No, you do. You're the fussy one.
Especially if it's a film we've just watched and we're about to review it. We're like, we could be ourselves.
We just end up talking shit about it, like.
Yeah.
McTrev says Phenomena is underrated. It's severely underrated, and I've heard that Amazon are turning it into a TV series. It'll be interesting to see what they can do with that one stretched out, because I think it's such a great story, and I think there's so much they can do with it. Yeah. It's like 2 films in one. You've got the Giallo element, so you've got a serial killer on the run, and then you've got the supernatural elements, you know, where she can control all these bugs. You've got that deformed boy, if I'm allowed to say that. You've got the horrible mother played by Daria Nicolodi. She is horrifying in there. Yeah. Phenomenal movie.
Oh, Frank Riker has just given us a super chat of $5. You're a legend, mate. Frank Riker is the other half of TSL, The Slaughtered Lamb. They have an awesome podcast. Very jealous of their podcast. It's so good. It's so good.
Frank, we need to start sending you money back, pal.
Yeah. He's
You're way too generous, but thank you so much, pal.
Yeah, you're a legend.
Appreciate it. This one's for you, Jenks.
So, Jenks, will you be having a read and review copies of your book at any time? So hang on, let me read it again. Jenks, will you be having a read and review copies of your book anytime? What's that mean? I'm not quite sure. But what do you think that means? Am I reading it wrong?
Do you mean maybe you reading something from your book on live? I don't know.
Definitely not. No, but yeah. If look, I know Don. I think you've read some of my books, and I'm sure you put some reviews up. But no, I don't think I'll be doing a reading. That's not my skill set of reading aloud.
Let's if you can clarify, Dom, what you meant by that one, that'd be great.
So I did a small channel, a TV thing when I first got published, and I had to read one of my short stories out. Took about 3 takes. I'm better just talking than reading out. Like I've been best man about 3 times now, and I just
Somehow.
I just learn everything. I'm better. I hate reading from a sheet. I think it's anxiety from school when you have to stand up and finish reading a segment of
it's
a
the
book,
worst, isn't it?
and you'd be like you speak in monotony, like the man came to the house, and it was stressful. With like PTSD.
Hyperventilating.
Yeah, definitely.
Palf, I reckon Gina's just won the lottery. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's amazing.
Trevi McTrev, Jennifer Connelly is so rad.
And she's still hot. Have you seen her in Top Gun 2? My God, she looks great.
Trevi says, and they play Iron Maiden. Yeah, that bit's a bit jarring, to be honest. It doesn't quite suit the movie. That's about the part that I kind of switch off. It sounds great. It's a great song, but there's a bit, right, so we got all this like really classic music. You got that Goblin score and soundtrack. And then there's a chase scene where they just start blasting Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And it just
kind of jarring, is it?
Jarring. Yeah, all day. Eli says, Phenomenon is great. The first kill is great. Yeah, and that soundtrack. We just turn this into a Dario Argento
please
video,
no.
Suspiria, Phenomena, and Opera in that order. Perfect. I would flip Tenebre, put it where Phenomena is, and then I would put Phenomena in 4th. But where's Tenebre, Jamie? But that's a cracking top 3, in all fairness. Chunky says, Gina says, my brother left me some money, so I'm doing something I want to, but will be last for now. Gina, thank you so much.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll put it to good use, we promise. It's all going in our movie fund. We're going to be doing small movies. That's all we're doing it for, really. It's just a network, and we also as well, we've got a platform to promote it, so we're trying to build while we're trying to come up with a short film. Very short. First of all, we're going to build up slowly.
5 minutes.
And we're going to use this platform and to push it. Perfect. If we can get marry the two. Awesome.
John says, cheers, I have a few with them and another empty this weekend, so I will dive in. Plumage and Catwin 9 still have plastic on. Get on it, pal. They're both great films.
Yeah.
Look at that. Pal, if you're an angel, Gina. She is.
Yeah. 5 stars. 5 stars you get from me. Flawless. And no buts, yeah. Just 5 stars.
Absolute 5 stars. No nitpicking, Jenks.
No, but
you know what?
Just one thing.
Jamie says, "Don't watch Firewalk with me until you've watched Twin Peaks." Yes, because that's the movie in there.
It's a prequel as well. Yeah. I think it's to do. I think that she's a missing girl and it's a mystery, and then it kind of. I think people didn't like it because it kind of explained everything, and part of what people loved it was the mystery.
Yeah, of course. That's crazy, Curtis. I'm sure that's in reference to me never seeing a David Lynch movie. I'll change that, guys. I'll get on there. I'm going to watch Blue Velvet soon now, if you recommend it, Jenks. Not that I trust you that much.
I think you'd love it because of the cast. Kyle MacLachlan's really good in it, and Isabella Rossellini's awesome in it. She's always great. But it's just Dennis Hopper. He's absolutely unhinged. He's got like oxygen, and he gets angry, sucking on it all the time. He's just absolutely...
You've soaked it, Jenks.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Chaser tonight. I'll watch that this week, though. I will.
You can watch a film tonight?
Yes, I will be, yeah. I'm off work now. I'm
Oh,
done
nice.
until
Oh, right,
next
fair.
Tuesday.
Yeah, because usually your bedtime.
Yeah, I'd be going to bed now, but I got time for a film. Miss Brennan says there's a scene with Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive that Curtis might enjoy.
I know the scene. I won't go into it. Yeah.
There we are. More love for Gina. Keep giving her love, guys. She's amazing.
Yes.
Holy shit, my chunky Geordie, you're amazing. She is. Right, we're gonna do the last Fuber here now, and
I
then
bet Jean is glad that we've dropped it all down to 99 pence. I'm glad I thought, fuck them, got 4.99 anymore.
Eli says, don't forget to slash that like button and sub this amazing channel and consider becoming a member of the Twisted Knights for some sweet perks.
Yes.
What a selling point, Eli.
Yes.
Eli needs to be our rep.
I know, I couldn't say it better myself. We have got some good videos there now. They're piling up, which is great.
Oh, look at this. Eli, my top 3 favourite YouTube channels. 1, Davy Deathray. 2, Twisted Locker. 3, Born to be Rad. What are yours? I don't mind coming second to Davy Deathray, right? Because he's
I
an
do.
amazing channel.
Disgusting.
Shut your mouth. And he's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
But my top 3 favourite channels, I'm trying to look who's in the chat. Is Wolfman in the chat? I'd say TSL, Wolfman, Davy Deathray. Not in that order, guys. Not in that order. Who else is in the chat?
So for me, my goal.
If Frank's gone, I'll drop TSL and I'll change it to something else.
Yeah, my goal, Kurt Decay, is to get to #1 spot. Yeah, I think we can take him. We're just
I
not
don't
good.
know, man. That's a tough.
We're just not
challenge.
good looking enough, unfortunately. And we can't do anything about that. So we'll just have to, do something. Just get naked or something, just to get ratings.
Bunny would enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think, right, if we didn't have accents that were impossible to understand, we may have a chance.
We would, yeah. And believe it or not, everybody, right? We have toned down our accent dramatically. Not consciously, just I think you just do it subconsciously. You want to be clearer and clearer for the most part, anyway.
Batches says, I just bought Dr. Sleep on Audible. Will Patton is the fella reading it. It's distracting. I keep thinking of him seeing cherry blossoms and him offering Laurie his wonky veg and Halloween. Oh, do you know what, pal? I tried listening to an Audible of The Langoliers by Willem Dafoe, and it is a bit off-putting because his voice is so iconic. Yeah. It is a little bit jarring. So I would rather stick with some AI generated voice, or my own voice. I'll just read it myself.
It's weird as well because he's going to be speaking aloud. There's a young blind girl in it that's really timid, and he's going to do his creepy voice when he's doing the vocals of her. Oh, come here.
Wonky veg.
So Don Keats says, sorry, I meant watched Jenks doing a reading. Yeah, I think, well, we guessed that. And unfortunately, it's not my bag. I'd love Curtis to do a reading of my book, but I don't think he's going to do that.
No. They're not that good, guys. They're not that good.
They're top notch, 5 stars. And there's no buts when it comes to my books. Do you know what's great? Because I've written 30 novels now, and I've done it for quite a long time, 15 years. I'm at the stage where I quite enjoy criticism, believe it or not. Like if everybody hated it, obviously I'd be pissed off. But if somebody says, oh, I didn't like the ending, I quite enjoy chatting about it. Oh, right, why not? Whereas before I was really precious. Oh, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Now I quite enjoy it because I don't care. Like you become bulletproof after a while. You just don't care.
We'll make this our last question.
Yes.
We've got Davy Dread, thoughts on Universal horror films of 1930s and 1940s. Thank you, guys. To be honest, mate, I went through a period when I was really small, where I really enjoyed them. So my mother was really into the Universal monsters, and she used to get the VHS tapes, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Invisible Man, all those. So I loved them when I was young, but then I discovered Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and all the other fantastic horror movies that came out in the 80s. And I've never looked back. I have not watched a classic horror movie, if you're going back to black and white Universal monsters, since I was a little kid.
Yeah, so I've seen Frankenstein Bride. I was more of a Hammer horror with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
Yes.
And I used to mix them up. I didn't understand. I thought maybe Boris Karloff's Frankenstein was part of Hammer, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize at the time because they came out not the same. I think was it 60s. I think Hammer was.
Yeah, and it's the same group of guys in there that all kind of work together in Britain.
Yeah, but oddly enough, there's only one film that Vincent Price and Peter Cushing ever shared. Apparently, I could be wrong, but I always thought they were in the same films all the time because there's
I
those.
think there's one called The House That Screamed, and that had Christopher Lee, Vincent Price, and Peter Cushing in there.
Yeah,
And that
that was
was
the famous
a
one.
film later in their career, and they're all really old in that one. I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
more modern.
It was it was like just a celebration of these legends, and
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's it, Jenks.
right,
Think we call it a
guys.
night.
I really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun tonight. We went on about half an hour longer than we planned. We've had a great
Yeah.
amount of viewers today. I said we're still a new channel. We're still growing, so anybody watching us, we'd happily talk to nobody, you know.
Yeah,
When we
yeah.
go on this, and when you start a live show and the fear of talking to nobody, you just got to accept. Who cares? Someone will watch it on the catch up. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, thanks for everybody, everybody who's jumped in the comments. If you want to be a member, it's 99 cents. If you
Hey,
want to buy,
Jenks, we've got enough members now.
Yeah.
We've got enough.
yeah, if you want to buy my awesome book, The Great Decay, which is a great title, you can check out on Amazon. I got the links in the description. And yeah, that's all I want to say. We'll see you on Sunday. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else to add? Good.
I just want to say thank you again to everyone that jumped on today. You've made it an awesome live for a
Best-
Wednesday as well. We've only
I know.
recently added the Wednesdays into our schedule.
Yeah.
Everyone that jumped on today, thank you so much, guys. You kept us on an extra half hour because you're awesome.
Yes.
Everyone who's gifted memberships and sent money today, guys, we honestly it's all going towards making a movie, so we appreciate it so much. And yeah, you're all amazing. Thank you so much.
5 stars to the lot of you. But
5 stars.
right, to you guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good night.
guys. Hey, you're gonna have to update that now, Jenks.